Today I'm here visiting this guy, John Alite, my buddy. We're in Tampa, Florida, and just having a drink together, catching up on his media projects. So, John, how long you in Tampa for?
I'm going to be in town for another week about, and then out of town for a couple of days, and I'll be back again for probably 2 weeks.
Okay. So are you working on any projects in Tampa, like taking any meetings currently, or are you just kind of hanging out?
A little bit of both. I was in Sweden, Denmark.
Right.
I went over to London. Yeah, I just had a magazine that came out 2 months ago with GQ. And then I just signed another deal because I have a Netflix series coming out in January. Signed another 5-part deal with a company out in London.
Uh-huh.
And I'm here in Tampa talking to a couple of guys that are going to be involved in the project. So we're discussing some of the details.
Okay, so obviously your Valuetainment interview just came out. That's gotten well over 1 million hits pretty quickly. And then that was followed up by the Gravano interview. I know you can't talk about it too much, but you have a project that's involving Sammy as well.
Yeah, Sammy's involved in a lot of things right now in podcasts, and we're in contact at least weekly.
Right.
I got a lot of respect from him. Obviously, I speak up for him a lot.
Right.
And I have a new interview that's coming out on YouTube from London. It involved one of the guys that did some time from London to the States, and it's going to discuss the jails in Brazil, penitentiaries. Some of the guys from the UK that were in prison with me in London, they jumped on board on this interview. And
were they imprisoned in Brazil too? The
yeah,
same
they
penitentiary?
did time with me in prison. And then I actually visited a prison in the UK. A friend of mine, Patrick Jenkins, did time with me in the States, so he's there. So I went to visit him.
Right.
And my good buddy Terry Sabini, that people know him, very famous guy in the UK. He's involved in all my projects with me. So there's a bunch of us. Klaus, that was the time with me, he was there. So
yeah,
we
he's
got
in your
together,
book.
And it's a group venture between all of us.
Right, very
it's
cool.
International, so it's a little different than the average neighborhood gangster interviews or shows.
You know.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's not no secret that I do talks to different colleges around the world and in the United States. I'm involved in a lot of projects with the colleges down in Keene in Ocean County.
Right.
Because of a very respected chief of police in that township that stays in touch with me and sends me into some of these schools and to lecture and talk to kids about the pitfalls of what we believe is a great life at one time.
Right.
It's obviously not. And I speak in my last interview, I spoke about Pete Gotti and how I actually like the guy, and I discussed his family and what it did to his family. And these are some of the stories that some of the kids don't realize. They think the Gotti name to me is a taboo, and it's not actually true. It's some of the Gottis I actually really like, and Pete happened to be a guy that should have stayed retired as a sanitation worker.
Right, he was just a blue-collar guy, right?
Blue-collar guy, nice guy. He stepped into a position as acting boss that he didn't belong in, and he got himself a life sentence, and his family's been destroyed since then. So I talk about things like that.
Right. Well, and one thing I found interesting was in Sammy's interview with Valuetainment, when they were talking about the Gottis and stuff, he's kind of said the same thing about Gene. He was like, I like Gene a lot,
Well, this next show I did is going to talk about what happened in prison with Gene Gotti, how I despised him in jail. He was but on the street, actually, I did like Gene too.
Right.
Gene was a nice guy on the street. He was funny. He was personable. He doesn't have any love for Gotti Jr. at all, and that's something that's ran under the radar. People don't know.
Right.
He calls him a rat and doesn't like him and doesn't have a relationship with him. So these are some of the things that'll come out in the next show that we do. And talking about Cosa, Nostra and the Gambino family, and you like the life or dislike the life, agree with it or not disagree with it. What Gene did to his time.
Right.
And his nephew screwed him out of a lot of money, and his nephew became an informant, and Gene Gotti didn't. Gene Gotti went and did 50 years on the chin.
Right.
And whether you like him, like I said, or you like him as a person, regardless. So he is bitter. He's bitter at his brother who's passed away, and he's bitter at his nephew who robbed his money and who became an informant. So, a rat, whatever word you want to use. So, Gene did stand by what he lived by. So.
Right, and then like in the media not too far back, it's kind of interesting because like all of a sudden nothing else has been said about it, but it was saying that that Pete Gotti was going to kind of start talking to, I guess, the
Well, I don't think Pete has much to say, honestly. He was a guy that was put there for a money position to collect money
right,
for
like
the
a
family.
proxy.
He's a proxy, and his daughter ended up testifying against Gambino soldiers, and one Bobby Glasses, who ends up getting convicted.
Interesting.
And his daughter's a nice girl, and I don't have anything bad to say about her, but that's a Gotti cousin. It's Pete's daughter.
Right.
And Pete did denounce the mafia, denounced the life.
Right.
Which
good for him.
And he's showing kids out in the street, I guess, by him saying that from prison.
Right.
That this is not a life that's conducive to family, and it destroyed his family.
It seems that you're trying to prevent kids that are probably growing up in a tough environment like you grew up in. Some of those boroughs in New York are tough, and to keep them from kind of following their environment into that, which happened to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, we grew up in the street, we loved the street, and we all suffered in the street one way or another, including Gotti Jr.
Right.
So the message has got to be, correct to the kids, not to follow our lives. Our path is already where it's at, but the kids have a fresh start they can do and reach a potential that they deserve, not without the suffering. So really, that's the message.
Right.
I appreciate the interview.